gonna get this done in time? I don't know. But I find it. So 2 weeks ago, I put all these posts in to start doing the hoop tunnels. So I want to get hoop tunnels done for this garden. Not only to protect it over winter from the frost we've been having, but over summer to protect it from all the harsh summer sun that we have, like what I did over last summer with our tomatoes and everything. Worked really well. The plants loved it. Just that little bit of extra shade helps them a lot. Takes the harshness out of the sun. But it's been a mish lately, trying to get anything done. The last video I did, I said I was going to do more of a day in the life of everything, but my youngest son, Silas, has had a shit run this winter. We've been ill and everything, and at the moment, he's currently home from daycare with a rash over his whole body, and he's just miserable. At the moment, he's having a nap, so I'm trying to get as much done. And we're having -3 weather, or -3 nights lately, so I really need to get these in because the broccolis and the cabbage is all purpling, and that's generally a phosphorus lockout. It's not necessarily a lack of phosphorus in the soil, it is the temperature of the soil has locked out the plant's ability to absorb it up properly. The roots just don't want to do it. You can mitigate it by doing a foliar spray, but you can also mitigate it by doing hoop tunnels and just trying to raise that ambient temperature around the plant. So that's what we need to do. So I've got a heap of polythene pipe, the medium density polythene pipe that I'm going to use. It's only 20 mil. It's just still a little bit flimsy, but I've come up with an idea. I'm going to try and tie them together, screw them together, try and create a little bit more rigidity to get the hoops, because we need to run, for the size of the hoop or the tunnel I'm going to make, we need to do 5-meter lengths to create the arch that we need. Hopefully this works, because this stuff isn't cheap to try and buy it new, even secondhand, because people know it's not cheap new, so they try and sell it for a premium as well. Lucky I've just got a really nice farmer friend that lent me a heap of his old irrigation pipe. So, to measure these out, obviously my tape measure is not going to bend to these coiled up pipes. I'm going to cut a piece of string first for 5 meters, and then we'll cut out our lengths and see how much we've got. We need 7 double lengths, so 14 5-meter lengths. Saying that out loud, I don't think we've got enough. What do I do with my tape measure? Bit old rope. Get our tape measure. I'm not doing this flash in any way. What? How do I do that? Dang it. All right, one length. So, last video too, we started working on the hydroponics because I really need to get that done. And I got so far, as you would have seen, I finished off with trying to get the mylar up. How far we get with this video, I don't know, but I'm just gonna post it anyway. We're just gonna do it like that from now on. It is what it is. That's not gonna be long enough. Some heat in that sun when it comes out though. Ice in the morning, summer by midday. And you can get nutrient lockouts from a lot of different types of situations. And it's not necessarily, like I said before, because there's a lack of that specific nutrient in the soil. It could be because the soil is too waterlogged, or there's too much of a different type of nutrient in the soil. It's called nutrient antagonism. There's a lot of things, a lot of factors that can cause your plants to do things, and it's not necessarily mean that that's a deficiency as such, that you need to start chucking more fertilizer at the garden. So in this aspect, we need to make the plants warmer. Some things like with calcium deficiency, so you're getting blossom end rot and stuff like that over summer with your tomatoes. It could be that it's inconsistent water, the soil's too dry or it's too wet. Because calcium, for the most part, utilizes the water as a transport agent to get to the cells of the plant. Or you can end up with interveinal chlorosis in your plants and your older leaves and stuff like that, or your younger leaves. Can't remember which one it is, which is a manganese deficiency. And some nutrients, if you got too much of it, like I said, will cause other nutrients to restrict their ability to be absorbed by the plant. giving you deficiency symptoms, making it look like that it's, well, essentially it is still lagging, isn't it? But it's not being able to utilize it even though it's there. How are we going to do this? Maybe go this way, side by side. We will see. There we have it. Definitely a lot more rigid. Definitely a little bit more dangerous. But hopefully this works. Sometimes I wish I just spent the money, but sometimes you just don't have the money. No, I kind of need someone else to be helping me. How are we going to do this? Can you guys go over there and grab the other end, please? So the plan is to 100mm down for the pipe to be bolted to this. It's going to be bolted, so it really clamps it on. And then we're going to put a kickboard and then a top rail where I can do side skirts that can be lifted up and down to allow airflow. So that means these screws are in the way. Ow! Sharp. Ooh, it's soft. Might have to use my handy dandy cable ties. What do I do with that? Dang it. Where did I put it? Oh no. Where did it go? No, don't go. There's one. Where did that one go? I was just using it. I'll be back. 1 second. Oh, it was on there the whole time. Oh my god. Definitely better than just single. I'm thinking, well, anything to make this as rigid as possible, we're going to need a ridge beam up the center. That'll take more weight. Not that it snows here or anything like that, but it will make it a little bit more structurally sound when it gets windy, although we're sheltered in this little area just here. So just to sit this on. Which means we're going to need some supplies. Actually, it's still flimsy in the center. I had to go down a little bit lower than 100mm on each side of the post. That's supposed to be that sort of flat spot. But there's no snow here or anything like that, so I don't really need to run off as such. But what I'm thinking, boards down each side, and then a backing board here, and then a backing board up here, ridge post here, and ridge beam right across to you guys. They should take this weight in the center, plot this to that, and it'll make it rigid. That's my thinkings. Now we just need to make sure we've got enough of this to do that. We might just, I'm not sure. Let's see. Second one done. I think we're going to run out. We might have just enough to do this part of the tunnel. So it'll make it like it's two separate, but they're joined by the one piece of sheet maybe, I'm not sure. Might add some more structural strength to it too, doing it that way. So we'll see. Ow! I really need to cut these screws when I finish putting this together. Why is this one so floppy? What's going on here? But could be this T-post. Doing that. Now for the most part, I'm going to try and do this so that... Ooh, this is getting tricky. Please stop doing that. You're making it hard. Winter, we'll put the clear plastic on. So it creates that greenhouse effect, creating a microclimate around the plants. Still get plenty of sun, but being able to open up the sides so you got airflow, because if you don't, you'll get stagnant and yuck and humid, and you'll just have fungal diseases and all sorts of problems over winter. It's too low. I'll just tie it in place for now. And then hopefully over summer, you'll be able to take off that clear sheet nicely so it can be reused. Although it's not too expensive, but still plastic. And then put shade cloth over. Sort of stick for about 30%. I find 30% is a pretty good all-rounder. Shade cloth. Some plants might benefit a little bit more from 50%, but those same plants that benefit from a little bit more, like 50% and stuff, can also be grown in direct sunlight. Just gotta choose your spot a little bit better. They do plenty fine in people's gardens where they just have them out in the sun. So I find 30% is just right. Last year my peppers and my tomatoes and some of the flowers I had under the shade and the cucumbers did really well. I was struggling a bit beforehand, still growing. As soon as I got that shade, they just took off, fruiting really well, everything. It looks so bad right now. But it won't. It will look good. It'll make sense. I hope. What are you doing with my phone? Okay. Alright, so we're already like 3:30. Oh, 20 to 4 in the afternoon already. Last time I seen you guys, it was just coming up 12:30. Since then, I've done some emails and that to potential customers, hopefully, fingers crossed. Bought some more seed supplies and everything like that, and then dealing with a sick baby. So we've set him up in his pen in here, and hopefully we can get some of this hydroponics done for the last bit of the day. Everything's a little bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment, but we'll get there. We're gonna get there. Hey, we'll get there. Yeah? No? Maybe? We need to put up our rails that I had already set up in the carport that's going to hang the lights. I was going to try and make them all level and stuff, then I realized the lights actually have adjustable ropes and everything like that, a ratchet system. So I'm just going to screw them to the mono pitch of this roof, and then we can just make the lights level from there. Makes it a lot easier. So let's get stuck into that. Well, the plan is following my staple lines gives us a pretty good indicator of where I need to go, because just above you guys is a beam, and just over here is another beam. It's like the perfect spacing for these lights, for the railing at least to go, for these lights to be hung off. And we'll go from there. What you doing? I don't know how well you guys just saw me with that last bit because of the lighting. It was a terrible idea. Oh, I'm running out of battery. My batteries suck on my cameras. I need you guys to help with this. Hey, trying to record here. Do you mind? Poopy head? You right? Yeah. I'm going to chuck you guys on time lapse so I can give this guy his Teletubbies. Obviously I can't let that play in the background because then I'll just be censored. So, cue the time lapse, I guess. So, scrap the time lapse. It's already the next day. I tried to start and Solis just didn't want to borrow being in here. And I don't blame him. He's been sick, so it's what it is. But he's sleeping at the moment and he's so much better today. So fingers crossed he has a really good sleep. I think the last few days the biggest thing for him was the itch or the pain or the rash he's had. It's just kept waking him up. It's been a rough couple of days, to say the least. So now we need to try and drill everything up quietly. So I did manage to at least get that done in time lapse, which would only be like a second. So there's point in showing that. But I did mark out where these needed to go. I had to cut my rails in half that I originally used in the carport to make this work, because you got so much of a pitch that comes to about this beam here, and then it steps it up a little bit. So I've cut it. I'm just going to remember which way I cut it so they line up nicely. Oh my god, what have I done here? Okay, hang on. That was an epic fail. I was not paying attention to where I was drilling that then. Let's do this properly. Looks all right, I think. So when hanging things by yourself, especially stuff like this, pre-drill everything, but make sure you pre-drill it right where it's going to need to go. I just pre-drilled it on that end thinking it was going to be received on a joist right there, but it's not. So it will here, and then I'm going to put one in here. That makes sense. So the plan's still the same with what we're going to grow is the indeterminate tomatoes. Wait, did I say that in the last videos? I don't even know. Anyway, indeterminate tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers maybe. I'm not sure yet. I feel like I'd be better off just sticking to tomatoes and cucumbers. We'll see. And basically growing them right up so the lights will be hung just here. So the tomatoes will be growing up to sort of yay high. I'm 6'4", so just shy of 2 meters, which is pretty, you know, it's a decently tall indeterminate. Now whether we do like the lower and lean method, which is you grow it up to a point and then you start to lower it down and then move it across. I don't have a lot of room in here for that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a, I don't even know what you'd call it, but tomatoes grow suckers. So through each leaf axis at the growth node, they'll start to produce a sucker. Generally you snap those laterals off, especially in an indeterminate, so it can just put all its energy into the one stem. Now, what I'm gonna try is grow the one stem, trimming off all the suckers until that main stem gets to a certain height, and then allow the lowest sucker to start to take off. Hoping that if I get the timing right, that by the time the main stem's finished fruiting at that particular height, I'll snap the center growth point to stop it, and it'll just put all its energy into that fruit. That sucker then will then catch up and start producing its own fruit, and you just get this perpetual, just stem after stem sort of thing. If that makes sense. I don't know if it's gonna work, but yeah, they're gonna do it. I should be under this to make it easier on myself. If there's a name for this, let me know in the comments, because I'd actually like to know. I think the cucumbers, I'm just gonna stick to one main leader until it gets to a certain length, and then just, I think it's called the umbrella technique. And let it grow over itself. Okay, so that's done. Not the flash, just but it's gonna do. Because when we move, if we actually get to the point where we upscale, well, this is just gonna get ripped down and put back to being a garage. So next bit is the power points for each light. I'm gonna run a power point off this beam. Where's that? There. And then there. Whoa. Actually, if we go, no, because I want to put extra in for a fan too. I forgot about that. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then 4 there. So fan, light, light, light. So the lights cords will have to go that way a little bit. Is what it is. Ow, these are sharp. So let's do this all by hand. I'll probably get 2 screws in and want to use the impact. Just try and stay quiet. The Silas's room is just out there. Yeah, no, fuck that. So, that was short-lived. Hey, yeah. You got the goofiest smile, little man. No, don't play with those. They're sharp. Well, no, they're not sharp, but they're not nice to touch. I said it in my last video too, when I was doing the lights. When you're doing something like this, definitely get an electrician in. If you don't know what you're doing. I'm not saying that I know what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm an expert at all. But when you're doing the lights as well, make sure that your fuse, or you know, where these power points are going to, that fuse is going to be able to handle that load. And if you're using new wiring, make sure the wiring you got, the gauge you got, is going to be able to handle that load too. If it's too small, it's not going to be able to supply enough current and ampage to your lights, which then cause it to heat up. And then you end up with a fire. Again, if your fuse is too small, it's just going to keep popping on you. So ideally, just go to someone who knows what they're doing. Really. Except I'm too stubborn. Got to do it myself. Try and do it on the cheap. Silas. Yeah. Yeah. You telling me what's up? Yeah. Wow. You growling me. Wait, hey. What are you doing? You poopy head. Silas. What you got in your mouth? Where's you? Yeah? Come here. You are covered in sawdust. Oh my god. Wobblies. Hey. Yeah. Who's that? Yeah. Right. It's smoke out time, everybody. Let's go. I don't even know what you call those things. What are they? They're like the housing things for the power switches. They're up. Next, I've got a little junction box I want to do, a little T. So this will run off from the power supply to these ones, and then across that way to where the lettuce will go. I need to get this done because I was going to do it later on tonight and spend more of the afternoon with him and do other bits and pieces. I've got a lot of editing to do and my assessments to do, but I'm supposed to get to -6 tonight. So I kind of want to shut this shed up before the sun starts to go down so I can actually trap some heat in here. So we need to hustle. Hey little man, hey, this guy's making it hard. Wait, no, come back here. Hey. Oh. You're a terrible apprentice, you know that? Be careful with those. Oh, got to taste test it first. Yep. I mean, at least he's putting it back, and then just tipped it back out again. Ow. You alright, buddy? Oh my god, I thought I stood on your hand. What's going on? What's the matter? Yeah. What do you think? Does it look good? No, this one. Yeah? Yep. Oh, did I miss it? Damn it. What about this one? Is this okay? He's thinking about. Oh. No good. Okay. Have to start again. Throw it all in the bin. that's the end of that. My camera died. I don't even know when that happened, but basically got what I did done so far. 3 sockets. Could have done 4, but I had to go back and rewire one because I cut the wires too short. Now this guy's getting impatient, so it's time for this guy to have his bath and us to, yeah, lock the house down and get ready for a really cold night. See you guys in the next one.